Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ClearPoint Media. And the mission is still one that justice must be given to the Ugandan people, and Bobi Wine's victory must be given to him. And as these internal wars in Uganda continue bursting into flames, all the African leaders are silent except Traore, the Burkina Faso president, who comes out to clearly stand with Bobi Wine and Ugandans in support of the demand for their victory. And why Traore is in support of this victory is because Traore understands and he knows how these old leaders are pushing people behind.
Your Excellency, Mr. President.
Because you can see, Traore took the leadership of Burkina Faso, and now Burkina Faso is more developed than it was before. And that is what Traore knows, that if a youth can get to lead the country Uganda, then the youths will not suffer. Job opportunities will be created. The youths will get job. Prices of things will go down. People will have freedom. Justice will be displayed to the people. And the longest serving African leader, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has been in power since January 1986, is still fighting to get the 7th term win on the general elections that were held on 15th January this year in Uganda. Although the elections were not done as fair as elections are supposed to be. And another thing that brings fear to the people is that the country is led by one family, where the father is the president and the son is the general, which means the whole family is in control of the military and the police officers in the nation. So even the need of that election does not have meaning to the people, because whether you win or you lose, they will still get that power because they have the military under them, the police officers under them. And now this is what they are using to sell fear to the Ugandan people.
Ndio mshahara wa
589 votes. Others, 0.
Okay. Where?
Ashkura, Karo High School, Ashkura.
Okay.
004.
5.
But the votes.
Ebyo bino byagisizaako intaneti e Uganda, naye ffe tugenda biraga bino kati biri kufa mbalala. Ab'embalala batandise obubba Museveni gy'ava banamutambuza video.
We have to keep the motion active that Bobi Wine's victory must be given back to him. And because now they fear internet, this is where we now want to deal with them until they give back to Bobi Wine that his victory. Now, as you see, even yesterday, Bobi Wine's wife sent someone to deliver some foodstuffs to the family, but yet when the person was delivering those foodstuffs, the police officers who were outside Bobi Wine's compound blocked him from getting in to give the family that food, because the family is complaining that they don't have food anymore. But when they order food to be taken to them, the police officers block the person who has been sent to deliver the foodstuff to them. So you ask yourself, does the police officers want the family of Bobi Wine to die? Do they want Bobi Wine's family to die? Because someone cannot survive without eating. And now they are raising complaint, they don't have food. But when they purchase the food to be delivered to them, then the police officers block the person to deliver them. And this is actually very shameful.
The food supplies, as you can see, these are the things which our president's wife had said she needed to be able to use at home. As you know, for 5 days now, they're under house arrest. She's not allowed to leave. She's not allowed to do anything. Visitors are not allowed to go in. And police basically said they have to consult, and the consultation took long. I mean, I kept asking them what's going on. They said, you have to wait, you have to wait. So it's unfortunate. And of course, it clearly tells you that the police is lying. Because if they say, you've seen, there are blockades which won't allow you to access that place without restriction. So if they say he's not under house arrest, then why put all these things there?
Now on the other side, Bobi Wine, who escaped from Museveni's police officers, is just hiding. He gave a statement yesterday that he needs to see his family. His family needs him. The clothes he put on, I don't know which day, he has not changed because the police officers who are surrounding his homestead cannot allow him to get to his home to change his clothes, because if he gets close to his home, he will be arrested.
Not changed my clothes in days. I want to be home. I want to be free. I want to take care of my people. But the military and police have taken over my home. They've vandalized my gate. They are in charge of my gate. They've cut the padlocks. They've cut power at my house. They've cut off, surveillance cameras at my house. So they've more or less colonized my home. I want to go home, and I want them to leave my home. Unfortunately, there's no rule of law in Uganda. I cannot find redress with the courts. I cannot find redress with any institution of state. I just have to fight back in my own crude, non-violent way. I saw the police spokesperson saying I'm in my house, but the same police person said that the 10 people that were shot and killed in the house of my deputy president were actually attacking the police station. Indeed, they were inside the house. So much goes on, and the shamelessness of the Ugandan regime now is bottomless. They'll do something glaringly and they lie about it.
And this can tell you that what was very peaceful, and the elections that the Ugandan people came out to participate in democracy, has been turned to political wars, where now the opposition is being attacked and the opposition is being threatened. Yesterday, General Muhoozi said that he gives Bobi Wine 48 hours to surrender himself to the police officers, or else if Bobi Wine will not surrender himself to the police officers, that will be taken as a rebel or unlawful, and action will be taken on him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to ask you in a simple way, is this the way we should be led? Is this the way we should be living? Or is this the way justice is displayed to the people?
In line with the directive issued to all licensed mobile network operators and internet service providers, social media platforms, and messaging over-the-top, or if you may, OTT applications remain temporarily restricted to continue safeguarding against misuse that could threaten public order. The Commission will continue to monitor the situation closely and will provide updates on any further adjustments as circumstances evolve. Of course, there are people who think that they can bypass these directives through usage of VPNs. Well, but I want to tell you that we have reasonable capabilities now, especially if you use that bypass to break the law, to attack you directly, to attack your device directly. So be very careful. We don't want to go that far, but if you bypass these restrictions and you use the bypass to break the law, don't be surprised that we may attack you and your device may not go on the network again. So be cautious. Don't want to do this without warning you. I want to warn you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, just to humbly request you that if you are watching us and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and activate the notification so that next time we do a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Like our videos and comment to show your support to our work in this channel. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your support to this channel. The Pan-African Kenya stood with the Ugandan people, and they are standing with Bobi Wine on rejecting the results that were given, saying that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was the winner of those elections. Yet it is clearly visible that according to what took place in those elections, where they shut down the internet, they sent away the agents of the opposition from the polling stations, they deployed the police officers in different regions across the country, including the home of the opposition leader, Bobi Wine. And lastly, the election officials who were caught live on camera manually taking those votes to secure for Museveni the win of his 7th term of ruling.
The Pan-African Solidarity Network, alongside a coalition of regional civil society leaders, issues this definitive declaration regarding the state-sponsored subversion of the January 15th, 2026 general elections in Uganda. We address you today because the light of democracy in Uganda has been forcibly dimmed. What occurred 4 days ago was not an election. It was a premeditated power grab and a military coup against the sovereignty of the Ugandan people, superintended for the benefit of dictator Yoweri Museveni, who grabbed power by the gun and so despises democracy that he once famously stated that he cannot be removed by a mere piece of paper.
So a very simple question here to ask you, ladies and gentlemen. If Bobi Wine can be done that way, yet he's a very senior leader who the people loves, then what of you, an ordinary citizen?
Interesting to see that everybody in Uganda and outside Uganda sees impending rigging. But what we have called upon the people of Uganda is to take charge of their country, not to leave it to just politicians, not even to myself. We went into this election amidst all the violence and brutality because we wanted to reach out to the people of Uganda and awaken them. We know that when the people of Uganda rise to the occasion and demand for what is rightly theirs, they will get it. This has happened in Madagascar, it has happened in Sudan, it has happened in Egypt, it is happening in Iran, and it definitely can happen in Uganda.
Even though the other remaining African leaders are silent, because of Museveni, they know Museveni is just like them because that is what they also support. And that's why only Traore is the one who has come out to defend and stand with the people of Uganda for the victory to be given to them. That Museveni's government is trying to show us that this is how we rigged the elections, but because we have that power, you can do nothing on it. And that is the final case, that whether you like it or you don't like it, we are the winners and you can do nothing about it. And this is where now I don't find it well with the East African leaders, because it was last year, just some few months ago in Tanzania, an election took place. And I think you saw what transpired, how the people were killed. And some arrested because that government is against justice, humanity, and fair elections.